Hello there, friends. Have you ever wondered how my magical powers came to exist? Well, you see, it's hard to explain. It's easier if I show you. But first, we must go deeper into Tyria. Behind some of the greatest worlds ever created lies a secret. For many, it is a source of great frustration, even if they don't know it exists. But those that learn to wield it can discover something amazing. So what is spaghetti code? Well, let's just say that eating spaghetti can be a messy endeavor, especially when we were all kids. And so the term infers that the code is messy for a particular program. The code can get this way from not adopting design patterns. This often creates a tangled mess, causing interdependencies to form. From a programming perspective, this makes the code harder to maintain. While trying to fix a single piece of code, you might pull out more than you bargained for and end up causing more bugs. But for the end user who loves to glitch, the spaghetti code creates all sorts of opportunities. I want to mention that this is not a criticism against ArenaNet. A lot of big games and companies have spaghetti code. Today we're going to be looking at what I call a hybrid glitch. I'm going to be taking two different character states and combine them into one. Alright, let's get started. I'm going to be combining my Mesmer with this cat. This cat is called the Feisty Feline Tonic. It's one of the few combat tonics that actually changes your skills. It has an auto attack, a lunge attack, a cute and cuddly control effect that dazes your target, and finally healing and a stealth ability. And for the Mesmer, I'm on my trusty old magician. See how it just looks all normal. Normal clones, normal attacks, normal phantasms. How about we change that? Well, it looks like nothing's changed, but now we have the Mesmer abilities on the left and the Feline Tonic abilities on the right. Now you can use all your weapon skills on your action bar. The visual effects don't show up right. Well, at least now the tonic becomes a lot more usable, but that's not the most interesting part. It creates kitty illusions. Both the phantasms and the clones do all three attack abilities: the auto attack, the daze, and the knockdown.
I hope these bumpkins stand up to us this time.
The illusion prevents me from getting shot here. Good kitty. Here I try to pull out as many illusions as possible. These cats can stun lock pretty well. Even though this glitch modifies your power stat, giving you more attack power, it actually ends up being significantly lower DPS, just because you don't have your shatter skills and your utility skills. But that's fine by me. I actually think it's more interesting that these illusions can even exist. Let's all put our tinfoil hats on for a moment. By experimenting, I found out that after you cast an illusion spell, the code performs some sort of player state check. This happens before the illusion spawns. The best I can figure is that there's two ways to utilize the data. One way, it extracts only what it needs to, extracting modifiers such as damage stats and the model, so that when the illusion spawns, that those things are correct and up to date. But if it used this method, you'd think that it'd only be able to spawn the regular phantasm and not the other 3 feline tonic abilities, due to the code being more specific. The other way, which is the way I think it works, is that the code takes more of the player state, perhaps the entire player state, which would include everything that has to do with the tonic, and then loading that entire player state into the code for the illusion, kinda like a giant copy pasta. And with the copied player state being so different from the original Mesmer state, the command that triggers the regular phantasm skill gets blocked. The game ends up loading a default NPC state for the illusion, which is why it can do more than one ability. Now here's where it gets interesting. As far as I can tell, there's 2 explanations for ArenaNet using this method. One explanation would be that it's simply spaghetti code, it's just how it ended up being slapped together. But the other reason could be, now this is highly speculative, that ArenaNet had at least planned for the possibility that Mesmer players would be able to change their character model and abilities into something entirely different, either before combat or during combat, which in my opinion would make more sense why they would copy pasta the entire player state to the illusion. If a Mesmer could keep on changing its abilities and form, then it seems like you would want to copy the whole player state to simplify the process. So now you might be thinking, Beyond, change into what? Well, let's just say that there's a couple of elephants in the room when it comes to Mesmer abilities. We know that there are certain Mesmers that can transform into different people, such as Countess Anise. We also know through the Mesmer's abilities that we can transform other entities, using the Signet of Humility. Queen Jenna has even created a clone of Kralkotork. It would make sense then thematically that Mesmers would have the potential to create illusions based off of entities other than themselves. And here we are at the final piece of this enigmatic tale. I present to you the forgotten Mesmer Specialization. Some people say they are their own worst enemy, and for my enemies on the battlefield, I am sure this is true. I am a mimic. I turn my enemy's own strength against them. We mimics take the essence of our adversaries and create illusions. Wanderer or beast, guardian or thief, it makes no difference. We summon powerful phantasms to both protect us and damage our enemies. Once the essence of our enemies becomes crystallized in our memory orbs, we can hold on to them for safekeeping and use them on any battlefield. And yet there is still more to our powers. We can even transform ourselves. And our enemies should bear that in mind the next time they think they have us cornered like a rat. That is, if they survive the first encounter. Some people fear what could lie under the bed or in dark corners, but my enemies fear what they see staring back at them when they take but a glance in the mirror. we may never know what ArenaNet had or had not planned, and the Mesmer Cat might be the only glimpse we get of what could have been.
Find your way